Imagine getting $5, $10, or $20 a day without doing any labor. I've tried almost every passive income idea. Most are time wasters. You'd be better off financially working a minimum pay job instead of building them. Even while you won't get rich overnight, there are genuine ways to make passive income. You may start today with as little as $100, and if you can master the basics, you can rinse and repeat these tactics to earn $100 per day. Let's discuss what to do, where to start, and how to scale. Because I've done everything I mentioned. So please learn from my mistakes and start with this. First, you need to know that there are two sorts of income: invest money or invest time. I'll go through both alternatives since I use a combination of both. Although some think that passive income doesn't exist, it does. It exists, but it's likely not what you expect. Nothing is 100% passive. And it's not like you can build up an automated $500 a day channel, which you outsource for pennies on the dollar. I feel bad for you who don't understand sarcasm. Anyways, passive income is a strategy to leverage your time and efforts for eventual payment. Even when you're not working, be prepared to work up front, master these tactics, and don't anticipate money quickly. If you're seeking for the simplest, easiest, no-work way to make true passive income, buy stocks. $100 won't make you rich overnight, but it will help you get started. Here's how to do it. Buying a stock is like buying a small piece of the corporation. That doesn't imply you can stroll into an Apple store and claim ownership. Buying stock does entitle you to a company's profits, which are normally paid as a dividend. Not every stock pays a dividend, but when it does, it's usually between 1% and 10%. The strongest corporations usually pay 1 to 5% every year, and it's perhaps the easiest passive income you'll ever make. You'll receive steady income flow without selling shares, giving you enough money to buy more investments. It's almost like you can buy a tiny money printer that returns $1 to $5 for every $100 you invest. In previous recessions, dividends paid to investors grew. The average dividend drop is 0.5%, compared to the stock market's average decline of 32%. On the flip side, not all high dividend stocks are worth buying. Despite providing a 4% dividend for 5 years, IBM's stock price has stayed flat. Apple is up 219%, while Amazon is up 60%. And Facebook, which used to be good until the metaverse, invest in companies with excellent long-term finances when picking dividend stocks, not merely for large dividends. If you can achieve this, investing $100 will help you develop a foundation for earning additional money. I understand if you don't want to pick individual stocks. My favorite is an index fund. This is a basket of stocks you can acquire for a low price and a small share of. Buying each S&P 500 stock individually would be a logistical nightmare and cost $80,000. An index fund was meant to follow the entire market and simplify investing without dumping everything into terrible companies. Index fund investment has beaten most professional investors over a 20-year period. Statistically, this is the best stock market investment you can make. First of all, most of these funds offer dividends between 1% and 3.50% yearly, which may not sound like much. You'll make $1 to $3 a year on $100. But you could also combine that with number 2, this stock price increasing generally throughout the last 100 years. The S&P 500 has climbed by an average of 7% a year adjusted for inflation with dividends reinvested. So if you buy and hold an index fund for 30 years, you can expect more with this easy hedging. This affects the 4% rule. This 1994 plan ensures you won't run out of money in retirement. If you want infinite passive income, you can spend 4% of your portfolio every year for the rest of your life. Its only task is to find pennies for your account. When you have hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of workers sending you pennies 24/7. Even when you're not there, it adds up. But at the same time, I get it, it's probably not the passive income notion you envisioned when you clicked on this video. If you want to make thousands of dollars, consider this. In order to get passive income, you must save money, invest properly, and research the markets. Unless you win the lottery, invest in Dogecoin in the past, or appear in Mr. Beast's video. $100 won't buy much. The best investment for passive income is education. If you want my advice on how to make the most of it, buy the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Seriously, this book provides a mental blueprint for being affluent. It's the best purchase I could have made to learn actionable techniques for building wealth. Next, buy the 4-Hour Work Week for $15. This book impacted how I viewed company money and leveraging after high school. Third, spend $20 on Brandon Turner's Rental Property Investing. The information is valuable whether or not you want to buy a rental. Third, buy this book for $10. How to Win Friends and Influence People. No matter what business you're in, you need to understand how to properly interact with another person, comprehend their point of view, and treat people with respect. This book teaches win-win interactions, and more people should read it. I'd spend money on the next book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, $20 on The Millionaire Fast Lane, $17 on Die with Zero, and the rest on your money or your life. If you buy and read these books over a year, you'll have more business acumen than 99.9999% of the world's population. It's guaranteed to increase your income over the course of your life. You could use $100 to start a business, even though it's not much. So yeah, I know this is very literally the antithesis of passive income because establishing a business could be one of the most challenging mental hurdles you will ever confront in your whole life. Before launch, you make no money, but you'll learn a lot, and if you begin making a consistent amount, you'll be able to outsource the day-to-day. Many social media enterprises were launched with minimal money. They solved a problem creators had, then worked for free until they proved themselves. There's a big possibility to slice up long-form content into reels and clips. The business itself is gonna cost you very little to start up besides your time. Once you grasp this, you can outsource practically anything. Feel free to take my idea by the way and run with it, because some of you are gonna make a lot of money doing this, and it isn't the only option. Creating thumbnails is another business that may be started for free. Creating a newsletter from a video outline, connecting brands with channels, or taking a free coding lesson to develop a landing page. You may also start a channel with $100. I realize this is easier said than done. It could be great if you find it, stick with it. And don't mind mispronouncing words and refilming everything. Or just create a channel similar to this if you don't want to be on camera. I started by creating videos on my laptop that I learned from other channels. Every night, I loved making videos. It was everything I looked forward to, and it grew into what it is today. You're dependent on the algorithm though. You have to regularly publish videos if you want the algorithm to show your videos, and it's devouring your entire time. But there's also older videos that I produced years ago and it's still bringing in cents, dollars, or even tens of dollars every single day. Even though it's been years since I've made that video. Think of it as something that's incredibly time-consuming and unprofitable upfront. But long-term, it could pay off considerably more than you initially put in. Long-term persistence is key. If you want to turn $100 into $500, consider credit card churn. Even though it's not passive, it's easy and you can grow your money faster than investing with a guaranteed return. In reality, I used to do this all the time, and there's always opportunities out there to take advantage of. So here's how it works. Credit cards and banks will pay you a bonus for opening up an account and reaching the minimum. The bonus is usually between $50 and $200 and takes 15 to 25 minutes of labor. NerdWallet is a great option to use, so your choices are almost unlimited. It provides you $200 after spending $500 to $1,500 in the first 3 months. The trick is not to spend money you wouldn't have anyhow. You'll waste money otherwise, assuming you'd spend $500 in 3 months on gas, utilities, food, insurance, etc. It's a simple way to make $200. I launched this channel as a side hustle, and years later, all of the passive income sources will cover all of my daily costs. Take things slowly. Think creatively about what you have. If you read those books and launched a creative assistance business, you could make $5,000 a month. It'll require time and effort up front, but it'll be worth it. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe. Thanks so much and see you later.